2, no good. Pfeiffer gets the rebound. Now swatted by Jefferson. Jefferson now taking the ball up the court. She's getting guarded double teamed there by Madison Gatro and Giselle Hagemeyer. Now they're going to do man-to-man press. Now here's Madison Gatro, gets it to Ava Long. Madison Gatro, top of the key for 3, up, no good. And here comes Jefferson. Jefferson now guarded by Hagemeyer. Now Micah pushes inside, and it's going to go the other way. You're going to have to go right here. It's like this. Boomers take a timeout with 45 seconds left to go. It's 8-12. And hi and welcome to Woodward, Oklahoma, here in Woodward Boomer Fieldhouse, hosting Clinton in the district game 1. Hi, I'm Dakota Wagner, alongside Camille Frederick, bringing you all the live action on Boomer TV, on boomertv.net, as well as YouTube on Boomer TV. Like and subscribe to our channel, searching Boomer TV from any search engine. Tonight's matchup we've all been waiting for is finally hosting a district game against no other than the Clinton Tornadoes. On the girls' side for Clinton, they're 8-4, and on the boys' side, they're 11-5, led by an OU baseball commit, Caden Powell. Last time these two teams played, they met and split a pair. The girls fell short 36-32, and the boys won their game 79-63, but it couldn't have been done without the two players, Caden Corneli and Max Cheap. We'll talk more about that after the second quarter. 4:32, now here comes Caroline Price. Now Edwards in the ball game. Pfeiffer, top of the key. She's trapped. Now she's going to have to get it to Price. Price is going to have to force it up, and good. What did you think about that there?
I think that's a great assist.
Very. Now here's Lovelace, top of the key. Swatted by Price, stolen along by Ava Long, but couldn't get it back. Here's Jefferson now. She's posting up against Montez, now guarded by Edwards. She's going to have to find something. Almost got out of a walk there. Lovelace to Jefferson. Now here's the pressure. High hands for the Boomers. Lovelace, top of the key. They're just going to play pass. She's going to drive the inside. No. It's blocking. It's a blocking foul against the Reds, number 34. Caroline Price is going to inbound the ball to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer taking it up the court. Gets across the timeline, taking it slow, taking her time, trying to find something open. Gets it to Price. Montez back to Price. Price dribbling. Gets it to Montez, but couldn't handle it. And it's going to roll off her foot and go back to the Boomers. I think that there was just too many mistakes there. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think they know what they're doing right now.
No, they're not. Edwards now trying to find something. There's Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer. Now she's going to set the offense. Swings in Caroline Price. Now to Edwards. Edwards looking for something to Ava Long. Now Edwards for the top of the key for 3. Up, no good. Fell short. Caroline Price now guarding Micah. Micah now, she's going to bring the ball up the court against Edwards. She's going to get it to Lovelace. Lovelace, huge power dribble throw there, and she's going to throw it out of bounds. Another mistake there that Clinton is just making one after another. Here's Price. Price is going to set the offense with Pfeiffer. Now Pfeiffer has the ball. Now here's Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now, she's going to dribble into Price. Price now to Therese. Therese now is just going to throw it off, and she got bumped. It's going to be taken in by number 23, Jefferson. There's 3 Jeffersons out on the court most of the time. Other than that, it's Lovelace and Micah, all 3 sisters, 2 seniors and 1 sophomore. Now here's Micah. Micah now back to Jefferson. Jefferson to Micah. Micah to Lovelace. Lovelace, Jefferson. Micah, top of the key for 3. She's going to push it up. No good. And it's a jump ball. It's going to stay here with the Tornadoes. And Ava Long giving some direction to Jocelyn Therese. Now Avery Williams in the game. She's going to go in for Jocelyn Therese. Micah now to Lovelace. Lovelace, Jefferson. Jefferson to her sister Jefferson. And now to the youngest. All 3 of them getting some ball action here. Caroline Price guarding deeply. Micah top of the key. She's going to get it stolen through the hands of Pfeiffer to Caroline Price, and she'll get a steal. Pfeiffer calling for the ball. Price is the dribbler here. She's going to let it go off and tip from Micah's hands, and they're going to let it stay here with the Boomers. At this time, we would like to thank our sponsors for our district regional playoffs.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer Soccer is hosting a fish fry March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons. $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. And Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky. Thank you.
And now we get back to the action. It's Micah Lovelace. And Edwards guarding her deeply in the corner. Now Jefferson. It's an all-sister basketball game here. Now they're just swinging the ball left and right, trying to find something to get this offense started. Lovelace now guarded by Edwards, and Edwards is putting all the pressure on her. Now they're just going to play catch with it, try to shoot something. It falls in. 14-10, Clinton leads. Ava Long try to get something going. Here comes Micah. She's fast. She gets it to Jefferson. Jefferson drives up and gets the 2, and Lloyd Vetter is not liking it. He's going to take a 30-second timeout. Scoring update. Ava Long has 2 points. Caroline Price has 2. Thessaly Pfeiffer has 2 points. And on the girls' side, number 12, Micah has 3. 20 is Jefferson. She has 5. Her older sister, that's a senior, she has 5. And the younger sister, Lovelace, she has 3. So if you were Coach Vetter right now, what was something you would change there for the offense?
Well, I'd just tell them to give it their all and just to work harder. Right now, they're not doing their best, and I think they know that they can do better.
I think that they could do a really better job with what they're doing right now, but now they got to work on the offense. Here's Caroline Price, a Pfeiffer now. Back to Price, and Price looking for something. She's going to get Edwards. Edwards, ball fake to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now swings it quickly over Williams. Williams to Price. Ava Long, it's going to be touched off of Jefferson, and it's going to go back to the Boomers. Price comes out. Hagemeyer comes in. Hagemeyer's going to inbound the ball, most likely to Thessaly Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer gets the ball, top of the key. She's going to push it over to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer, Williams. Williams thought about 3, didn't take it. Now back to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer, Thessaly Pfeiffer inside the paint, stolen by Lovelace. Smart move there. Lovelace is now going to push the ball up the court. Find Jefferson. No, stolen by Thessaly Pfeiffer. Smart play. Now Avery Edwards going to drive, and she's going to get fouled, and that's going to be Lovelace's 2nd foul. And that's very dangerous to get Lovelace in foul trouble here in the first half, because she is a very good scoring component. As we saw last time, we took a trip to Clinton. She had 17 of their 36 points. Avery Edwards rims it out. Eyes it, shoots it, rims out again. Wow. Now they're going to do a double team. Lovelace now. It's going to be man pressure. Deep three, up and good. 19-10, and the Boomers are going to go ahead and take this one to the locker room to talk some things over. At this time, we would like to thank our sponsors.
Dr. Leslie TV Baugh, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer soccer team is hosting a fish fry March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons. It'll be $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward. Lonnie and JP Shirky. Thank you.
And that was our sponsors. Thank you for what you do for our student-led broadcasting system. What do you want me to say about this? You need to say direction attention to the middle of the court. Okay. At this time, they are recognizing the Student Citizens of the Year. They had an application process, leadership, community service involvement, and interviews. This year, Student Citizen of the Year are number 1, Lauren Pingree. Lauren Pingree is accompanied by her parents, Ryan and Misty Rao, and Shane and Lauren Pingree. Lauren Pingree is a junior at Woodward High School, where she excels academically and personally. And thanks to her hard work and dedication, Lauren Pingree has been named Woodward Citizen of the Year. With Lauren Pingree, it's not focused on her education. She devotes her time for her school or at the food kitchen or Special Olympics or Crystal Christmas. Lauren Pingree is found as serving others and ensuring those the Oklahoma House of Representatives does hereby commend Lauren Pingree for being named Woodward Student Citizen of the Year and look forward to her future accomplishments for the state of Oklahoma. And tonight, House District number 59 Representative Mike DeBrinksey recognizes Lauren Pingree with a citation from the Oklahoma House of Representatives. And our second student citizen of the year is Caden Powell. Caden is accompanied by his parents, Dwight and Risa Hughes. Caden Hughes is a junior attending Woodward High School, where he excels both personally and academically. And thanks to his dedication and fortitude, Caden Hughes has been named Woodward Student Citizen of the Year. Caden Hughes is highly involved in athletics and is quick to transfer what he learns on the field to his everyday life. And when Caden Hughes is not focused on his education or athletics, he devotes his time to several organizations. And the Oklahoma House of Representatives does hereby commend Caden Hughes. with 5:45 left to go. The Boomers are down 19-10 here. And I'm going to let my partner take over and ask her a couple questions about a couple keys to the second half. And what do you think that Coach Lloyd Vetter could do offensively and defensively to get this Boomer team back on track?
Well, I think we're just going to have to push the other team and keep going.
I mean, as long as we can just keep them on their feet and, pressure them as much as possible and just keep knocking the ball away from their hands, and we can get back on track. But
yep, I totally agree.
4:50 left to go. It's 10-19, and let's talk about the other team's road to the playoffs. In the girls' side, their first game of the season, as they did have a lot of cancellations due to COVID. They played Blanchard for Clinton, and Clinton lost to Blanchard 55-36. Then Clinton drove to their own dome, and they won against the Elk City Elkettes 43-31. Then Tuttle came to the dome, and Clinton lost it 52-24. Then they drove to Altus, and they won against Altus and against Jefferson there, and 47-46 as one of their key players over there for Altus broke the 2,000-point barrier margin and has been a really key factor for Altus, so that was definitely a tough game. Then they went over to Kingfisher, and they squeaked a win over the 11th-ranked Kingfisher in 4A, 34-33. Then they went to Anadarko. They lost it a tough one, 84-21. They lost against Anadarko. Then we went to the Dome, and we played Clinton, and we lost it 36-32. Last week, Clinton went to Newcastle, and they won it 60-29. Now we're at the OSSAA districts at Woodward tonight, held at Boomer Fieldhouse. And at the half, it's currently 10-19. Now we take a look over at the boys basketball schedule and see who they played. Clinton, they first went to Blanchard, and they lost it 55-47. Then Clinton drove to their own dome, and they played Elk City. They won it 68-40. Then Clinton drove to Weatherford, and Clinton lost it 60-49. We are going to take a short break after we thank our sponsors and come back with your second half.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer soccer team is hosting a fish fry March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons. It will be $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky. Thank you.
And that was our sponsors. Thank you for everything that you do for our program. And thanks for the opportunity to go. And now we're going to go back to the second. We're back with your second half here in just a couple minutes on Boomer TV. And welcome back to Boomer TV.
We would like to take another minute to thank our sponsors for letting us host the district and regional playoff sponsors. Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer soccer team is hosting a fish fry March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons. It will be $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky. Again, thank you so much for letting us do this.
And now we're back to action. Coach Lloyd Vetter getting his team clapped up and hyped up before we go back into the second half. Clinton 19, Woodward 10. It's a 9-point game, and Woodward has some work to do as Micah Lovelace, all three Jefferson sisters out there, and Boomers really have to get something started. Avery Williams is going to take the ball to the top of the key and pass it to Hagemeyer. And from there, I think she's going to have to get it to Pfeiffer to get the offense started. So here's Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer at top of the key, dribbling inside, into the paint. Madison Gatrell to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now, top of the key to Gatrell. Gatrell. Ooh, dribble pass over to Avery Williams, top of the key for three. Bang! She gets it.
Now that's a great shot.
13-19 now. It's a 6-point game. 7:37 left to go. Boomers bringing some early pressure on double team. Almost stolen by Pfeiffer. Tips it away off the hands of Avery Williams, and it's going to go back to Clinton. And just like that, the Boomers make it from a 9-point game to a 6-point game, and here's Jefferson. Jefferson now top of the key. Got to get things started. Gets it back over to Micah. Micah now. Here's Lovelace, top of the key. Micah to Jefferson. Jefferson thought about it. Now back over to Micah. Micah now pushing the ball up the court. Vetter saying something to Avery Williams that she yells to her team there. Now back over to Jefferson. Jefferson to Lovelace. Lovelace now top of the key, pushing it inside. Jefferson now passing it in. Micah for three. No good. It's an air ball. Gatrell has all day to run the court. Pushes it in. No foul, and she'll get two. That was on number 12. It's her first, team first of the second half. Gatrell will get two shots. First one's up. It's no good. Rims out. Gatrell eyes it, shoots it. Goes off the top of the iron. No good. Lovelace gets the rebound. Now guarded by Gatrell. Gatrell. Now they push it over to Micah. It's an all-out team. Trying to get something started. It's Jefferson. She'll drive middle of the baseline. Gets it out to Lovelace. Lovelace, you got to remember, she is 6'1", so it's really hard for her to not get the ball in her hands. Jefferson now top of the key, and this is going to be a continuous swing back over to Lovelace. Lovelace. To Ava Long. Ava Long now, Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer. To Gatrell. Gatrell to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer now, top of the key. She gets it into Ava Long. Ava Long, Avery Williams, and she can't get it to go. Now stolen by Thesleigh Pfeiffer. What a save. She gets it over to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer now top of the key to Gatrell. Popped up, and it's going to be off the hands of Micah. She gets it into Ava Long. Ava Long tips it out. It's going to be off the hands of Jefferson. Ava Long kind of threw it right off the hands, and it goes out of bounds. It's just been an all-defensive game for the start of the second half. Okay. Now here's Hagemeyer. Hagermeyer now, Pfeiffer for 2, up, no good. Tries to get her own rebound, no, can't get it. Lovelace to Micah. Here comes Micah down the middle of the court. Crosses the timeline. She's going to get it to Jefferson. Jefferson now back over to Lovelace. Lovelace, Jefferson. Trying to find something going. Now here's Lovelace, Jefferson. It's just the Jefferson and Lovelace show. Gets it back over to Lovelace. She gets it over. Wide open, Micah. Corner 3. No good. Tipped off the hands of Clinton. And it's going back to the Boomers. It's 13-21. Clinton leads. And here's Madison Gatrell. She's going to take the ball up, get it to Hagemeyer, back to Gatrell. Now she's going to take it up to the top of the key, cross the timeline to Pfeiffer. To Williams now to long to Gatrell, and it's overthrown. Could not reach it. So it's going to go back to the Tornadoes. Now here's Micah. She's going to push the ball up the middle of the court. Crosses the timeline. Now Lovelace. Lovelace back to Micah. Now Lovelace. Saying something, and all the girls on the bench down there are screaming. They're excited. Here's Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer now back over to, oh, she throws it to Lovelace. Lovelace. She gets over to Micah. Now they're going to have to set up the offense here for Tornadoes. Gets it to Jefferson. She power dribbles inside, gets it to go. 23-15. Ava Long. Madison Gatrell, Ava Long. It's a hard battle, and it's jump ball. It's going to go over to the Tornadoes. So here's Lovelace, guarded by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer jumping, hands in motion. She gets it over to Jefferson. Jefferson now looking back for Lovelace. Gets to Lovelace. She's going to drive as fast as she can. Jefferson, Lovelace, top of the key for 3. She's going to fake. She's going to pass over, guarded by Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer now. Now back over to Micah. NBA 3 on the way. No good. Off the side of the back iron. And it's going off the hands of Clinton. They let it roll out of bounds. They thought it was off the hands of Jill Hagemeyer, but it was off the hands of Lovelace. Here's Gatrell. Hagemeyer now. She's going to set up the offense. She's slowly jogging now. She's going to start going in. Gatrell, top of the key for 3. Now she sees Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer to Avery Williams. Now back to Gatrell. Gatrell 3 up top. No good. Back off the back iron. Now Micah, she's dribbling through defenders. Got to get across Gatrell. Gatrell not budging so easily. Ava Long now, tough defense. It's going to go off the hands of Lovelace, and Lovelace's hand seems to be hurting a little bit, or she's exhausted. Lovelace is going to go out. What do you think about that defensive play there by Ava Long?
She's doing great. She's been great all season. I've seen a lot of action from her.
And that's really good because she's definitely stepped up her game from last year, as she wasn't more of a scorer, but now she's starting to get in the rhythm of defense and scoring, and with Porter out, and she's definitely stepping up her game here in this district game. Now here's Micah, top of the key, looking for someone. That's Jefferson. She shoots a wild three, and it goes in. Now it's an 11-point game. Boomers got to get something going. Now here's Madison Gatrell, Giselle Hagemeyer looking for Pfeiffer. Now Hagemeyer back over to Gatrell. Gatrell now over to Ava Long, gets stolen, and every time the Boomers try to take down the Tornado, it keeps on getting stronger. And she misses a wide open layup, taken over there by Gatrell. Now to Ava Long. Pfeiffer scoops in for two, up and good. Timeout. And coach over there for Clinton is not liking it. At this time, we'd like to thank our sponsors, brought to you by Camille Frederick.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer soccer team is hosting Fish Fry March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons. $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky. Thank you to all our sponsors.
And that was our sponsors. Now we go back into the break. We go back into the game. They're going to bring out Thessaly Pfeiffer, Ava Long, Madison Gatrell, Giselle Hagemeyer, and Avery Williams. 17-26. It's a 9-point lead here for Clinton. Boomers trying to slow down the Tornado, and it's just getting stronger. Now here's Micah. Micah now, she's going to get it into Jefferson. She's going to try to press the offense now. Top of the key for three again, off the top of the rim. There's Thessaly Pfeiffer. She's running up the court. Ooh, Euro step up and good. Oh, mama. Now they cut it to a 7-point lead. Almost stolen away there by Ava Long after a tip from Madison Gatrell. The pressure really starting to get to him. Now Lovelace is going to check back in the game after the next turnover. Now here's Micah, top of the key, trying to break Giselle Hagemeyer's ankles, but not budging easily. Leave her wide open, and she scores an open layup. 28-19, it's a 9-point lead for the Tornadoes. Here's Thessaly Pfeiffer to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer now, she's going to set the offense. Ava Long, now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer to Gatrell. Gatrell wide open, two, up and good. 55 seconds into the third quarter, and the clock is ticking. Now she has picked up her dribble. No, they don't call it. Micah now pushing up against Avery Williams. Jefferson wide open. They're going to get it. Top of the key. It's an off shot. No good. Avery Williams gets the rebound. Now she's going to push it out to Thessaly Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looking, and it's stolen, and it's going to go off the hands. Hagemeyer picks it up. She tries to shoot, and she gets two. And great way for Giselle Hagemeyer to get in there. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. They're doing good. Clinton has a 7-point lead, but I think they can get back up there and beat them.
If they could just keep their heads high and keep the confidence rolling, anything's possible. So Hagemeyer gets the first one off the top of the rim. No good. 21-28, 7-point lead here for the Tornadoes. Hagemeyer has one more shot. Second one up, no good. Taken by Avery Williams, tries to get it but can't. Now here comes Micah. Micah now, she's going to push it up the court. Lovelace now to Jefferson. Jefferson back to Micah. Ball fake, 18 seconds. Madison Gatrell now, she gets it. She's going to get it over to Edwards. Edwards, Hagemeyer, she's wide open for two. Yes, no, gets it. Cannon, it's a jump ball. It's going to stay here with the Boomers with 8.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's going to be thrown in by Caroline Price, who subbed in for Giselle Hagemeyer. Gatrell to Price, 4, 3, 2. Ava Long shoots it with one. It goes, and she gets it. Count the basket. It's 23-28. It's a 5-point game heading into the fourth quarter. The Boomers chipping away at the Tornado. At this time, we'd like to thank our sponsors, brought to you by Camille Frederick.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer soccer team is hosting a fish fry March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons. $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase your tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We are going to take a short break and get back to you after the third quarter. Now we are back in the start of the fourth quarter, and it's a 5-point game, 28-23. Clinton leads the Boomers, and here's Micah taking it up top for the Tornadoes. Gets it to Jefferson. It's a double team. She's trying to get out of it. A lot of pressure there. Almost gets a 5 count. Throws it out of bounds. No, it's taken by Madison Gatrell. Now here comes the Boomers. Ava Long has the ball in hand. Back over to Gatrell. Gatrell now pressing the offense. Leslie Pfeiffer, top of the key. She's trying to get something going, and it's stolen away from Jefferson. No call. She's going to get fouled by number 13, Leslie Pfeiffer. Her third, team's first. Excuse me, her first. Team's first. Quick foul there. Number 15, her first, team second. So 2 fouls in a period of about 4 seconds. Tough defense here. Here's Micah. She's going to give it to Lovelace. Up and good for 2. Now it's a 7-point game. Williams to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now looking to set something up. Here's Avery Edwards looking for someone to give it to. She'll find Gatrell, the senior. Now back over to Edwards. Edwards now picks up her dribble, gets to Long. Long to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, she's going to have to fight for it. And it's a jump ball. It's going to stay here with the Boomers. Here's Avery Edwards. Avery Edwards is going to take it up and get it to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now back over to Gatrell, and it goes between her legs. Now they're going to get Jefferson to throw it into Micah. Now here comes Micah. Micah now. Give it over to Jefferson. Jefferson now back to Grant. Grant's checked in the ball game to Lovelace. Now here's Ava Long. Ava Long now pushing the ball up the court. She finds an open lane. Get us to Edwards. Edwards now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now setting up the offense. She's got something going for her. Now here's Edwards. Ooh, behind the legs. Gets it to Lovelace, who's guarded by no one, and it's going to go out of bounds. (23-30), still a 7-point game. 6:07 left to go. And the ball game. Now here's Thessaley Pfeiffer. She's going to get it to Hagemeyer. Thessaley Pfeiffer looks exhausted. She's been running all game trying to get defensive steals and get offensive breaks going, and it's not really working out for her. but she gets it to Ava Long, pump fake. She tries to shoot for two, taken over the back by Madison Gatrell, but can't get it to go. Now Madison Gatrell tries to reach in for the ball, and she almost tips it out. She's just all over the place. Lovelace now gets it over to Jefferson, now to Grant. Grant puts it inside. Ava Long blocks it. They're going to call a foul. She had her feet set, and she looks confused. Foul on the Boomers, number 2. That's Ava Long. It's her team's 3rd and her first foul of the ball game. The Boomers have a lot of fouls to give. Well, that's really good when you go down in the final stretch and you try to get them to the double bonus so no one fouls out. I mean, is that going to be an issue?
I don't think so.
Grant at the line for 2. Gets it up and to go. 31-23. It's an 8-point game now. Hagemeyer in control of the ball. Now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer shoots for 2, up and good. 25-31, and the Boomers chipping away again at the Tornado and trying to slow it down. Lovelace to Micah. Micah to Jefferson. Jefferson back to Micah. Micah looking for someone. Now it's going to be Grant. Grant down to Lovelace. Here's man-to-man coverage here for the Boomers. They're just taking some minutes off the clock and seconds off the clock here now. Micah, she's going to finally drive into Grant for 2, up and good. 33-25, and it's now an 8-point game once again. Now here's Giselle Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer now. They got to get something going. There's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds in the game. She gets it to Gatrell. Gatrell to Pfeiffer for 2. Long, it's up and good. And Thessalay Pfeiffer is once again chipping away, and she has 10 points. Pfeiffer steals it. Gets her own. She's going to drive, put it up for 2, and it's fouled. And count the 2. She's going to get 2 shots. Avery Williams shaking her hand and say, "You got this, girl." Thessalay Pfeiffer. Up, no good. Thessalay Pfeiffer now shoots it up. Good one. And it's good. They're going to take a quick break, and we're going to take and get some commercials in here. Brought to you by Camille Frederick.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer soccer team is hosting a fish fry March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons. $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction and Woodward. Lonnie and JP Sharkey. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
And thank you for all your sponsorships and everything that you do. We have about 4 minutes and counting to go. 28-33. We're chipping away at the lead. And if the Boomers can get this one under control, they will move on to Weatherford and play in a late game on Thursday night. But if they lose, they play at 10 o'clock Thursday at Weatherford. Four minutes, 11 seconds for the Boomers to get something rolling here. It's going to be taken in by Grant. Grant now, here comes the ref. She gives her the ball. She'll take the ball up the court to Micah. Micah now guarded by Hagemeyer, who almost fouls her. Micah now, she's going to drive in, and she's more of a three-point shot, but She gets it over to Jefferson, now back up to Micah. Grant now passes it in. She's going to try to drive. Off the side, no good. And she fouls her, and Jefferson picks up a foul. And if Clinton can get 2 more fouls, we'll go to the free-throw line the rest of the way. Now here's Giselle Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer gets the ball, and she'll drive the ball up the middle of the court. Now Hagemeyer. She'll find Ava Long. Oh, Ava Long almost loses it. She'll jump for 2. Can't get it. And it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go to Clinton. But the next time there's another jump ball, it's going to go back to the Boomers. So if the Boomers can get a defensive break here, score, it's going to make this a 3-point game. It's a 5-point game here after Thessaly Pfeiffer. She loses it. Almost gets it off. It's back and forth here for the Tornadoes. They're getting a little sloppy with it. Jefferson now back to Grant. Grant's going to have to set the offense. It's just continuous swing here. And now the Boomers now putting on the pressure. Stolen away by Gatrell. Tipped away by Micah. Can't get it. Thessaly Pfeiffer has all day. She can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And she scores. It's a 3-point game. It's heated. Over the back, and Madison Gatrell picks up her second foul. Coach Vetter said, "That's okay, Madison, that's okay." Here's Grant back into Micah. Boomers really wanting to play in that late playoff game. He throws it over. It's going back to the Boomers. The Boomer dance team and cheer down there along with Pep Club getting hyped up. It's a 3-point game at Boomer Fieldhouse in District Game 1. Thessaly Pfeiffer, she'll hand it off to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer been playing all game. Since Porter is out, she steps in and plays the role. And she's been doing a very good job moving that ball up the court and finding open passes, as now she's going to have to do that right now. She finds Williams. Williams to Gatrell. Gatrell to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer drives in, shoots for 2. Can't get it. Taken by Jefferson for the Tornadoes. Now back to Grant. Grant gets it to Lovelace. Lovelace top of the key for 3. It's deep. It's no good. Ava Long gets the rebound. Now here comes Long. She's going to have to move the ball to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer thought about a 3. Gets it to Ava Long for 2. No good. On the floor. And it's going to be back to the Boomers. Foul on number 25. That's Lovelace. Her 4th. That's Lovelace's 4th foul of the ball game. If they can get her out right now, that takes a huge role out of the Clinton Tornadoes offense. At this time, we would like to thank our sponsors. Brought to you by the one and only Camille Frederick.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. The Boomer soccer team is hosting a fish fry March 22nd in Woodward High School Commons. $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase your tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward. Lonnie and JP Sharkey. Thank you again to all of our sponsors.
And that was our sponsors. Thank you for everything that you do so you can take us the extra mile to go to these games. It's 30-33. Clinton leads, and they've been leading all game. But without the help of Thessaly Pfeiffer with her impressive 13 points, the Boomers wouldn't be able to get in the comeback as they're doing it now. So quick stat update as they're still in the huddle. Now they're breaking. But it's Giselle Hagemeyer with 2, Ava Long with 6, Thessaly Pfeiffer has her own number with 3, Madison Gatrell with 4, and Avery Williams with a 3-pointer down deep in the first quarter. Ava Long has the ball. This could be a one-possession game where they could tie it all up. Hagemeyer now to Williams. Williams Now to Hagemeyer, guarded tightly. The Tornadoes are getting chippy with it. She's going to have to get out of it. Gives it to Long. Long to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now driving inside to Gatrell. Top of the key to tie it. No good. Ava Long tries to get it. If the Boomers can get a jump ball here, it'll go back to them. But Lovelace is going to take it up now back to Micah. Boomers trying not to foul, but trying to get the ball back. Can't let Clinton score again. Now Pep Club getting loud and proud. Pfeiffer almost had to steal it there. And Coach Lloyd Vetter said go ahead and foul her. And without Porter, the Boomers are doing a really good job. As I said earlier, Giselle Hagemeyer's taking in that key role of Macy Porter. Gets it into Micah. Micah now. Not calling anything for two. Clinton gets it up and good. It's a 5-point game. Boomer's going to have to shoot some threes here. Hagemeyer, she gets it to Ava Long for three. Top of the key, up no good. Rims out and foul. That's Madison Gatrell's third foul.
I think Giselle Hagemeyer is doing a great job, but she needs to start putting the ball up there and shooting. I think they're wasting a lot of their time right now.
Even though Giselle Hagemeyer hasn't played much of the season, if she could just get those open looks like she's doing right now, you're exactly right. She could put the ball up in the court, and it's another foul. It's going to have to be a miracle for the girls to come back in this one. It's a 5-point game with just under a minute left to go. Pep Club getting noisy, trying to make her miss. Let's see if it worked like it did against the Guyman Tigers, and she misses it. This Pfeiffer now, driving it in, gonna shoot for two, up, no good. Lovelace to Jefferson. Jefferson now back to Micah, they foul her. With 45 seconds, Boomers are down by 5, making them go to the free-throw line every chance they get. Trying to get a turnover, trying to get some points back. Maybe to force this one to overtime or win it by a buzzer beater like Caden Cornelia did last time they played at Boomer Fieldhouse. 36-30. Need 2 3-pointers to tie it. 45 seconds still left on the clock, and it's going to start counting down as soon as the ball goes through the hoop or misses, and she missed it. Timeout by Lloyd Vetter, and 43.5 seconds left to go. If I was Coach Vetter, what shooter would I put on the court to knock down 2 3-pointers?
I think Desley has it, or Madison Gatrell. This season, I've seen her put up a lot of threes and make them. Both of those girls have what it takes to let the team win this game.
I totally agree. Madison Gatrell is one of those shooters that just can shoot the ball. What they say is, shooter's gonna shoot. They're still in the huddle. They're about to break, and the Boomers have some offensive work to do here. It's going to be taken in by Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, 35 seconds left to go. And it's going to be a foul. Coach over there for Clinton not liking what he's seeing. .3 seconds left. And they have Thessaley Pfeiffer on the line. It gets really quiet. She shoots her first one, and she makes it. It gets quiet that a cricket could chirp and everyone from all the way from the Canadian border could hear it. And she sinks it in. It's almost thrown away by Pfeiffer again. They're going to have to foul. Hagemeyer steals it. Oh! They foul her. With 26.9 seconds left to go. If this game was to end with no more scoring, it's the exact same turnout that we had in Clinton, 32-36. But the Boomers are gonna have to force some shots and get it because no one wants to see this Boomer team lose to Clinton twice, 37-32. She gets one more shot. Boomers really got to work for it now. Shoots second one, and it's up and good. Now back to a 6-point game. She's going to have to. Thessaly Pfeiffer's driving up the middle of the court. Hagemeyer to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's going to have to shoot a deep three. Shoots it. Can't get it to go. And they're going to be fouled, and that's going to be it looks like, because it's thrown out of bounds with 7 seconds. You're going to have 2 3-pointers in a row to tie this game up. We need 2 of those glorious moments where Caden Corneli hit the buzzer beater against Guyman to win it by 3. At this time, I'd like to thank our sponsors, brought to you by myself, Dr. Leslie TV Baja, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward, Oklahoma. Boomer Soccer Fish Fry, March 22nd. Woodward Commons, $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School boys soccer or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky, 580-571-1003. We are going to take a short break after we ...
7.7 seconds in the fourth quarter. Pressure is on for them to score.
And Madison Gatechel, Thessaly Pfeiffer, she's going to have to shoot a deep one. Can't go, and it's the game. The Boomers will play at 10 o'clock at 1 o'clock on Thursday at Weatherford and Weatherford High School. And now we are going... Stay tuned for the boys' game at 8 o'clock. Right now they are doing the district champions for the Lady Tornadoes. Lady Reds win it 38-32. And we'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the 8 o'clock boys game. And we'll be back in about 15 minutes to get you set for the tip. And tune in to Boomer TV on boomertv.net or the YouTube page. Search up Boomer TV on any search engine and watch it live from there. Until then, I'm Dakota Wagner.
I'm Camille Frederick.
And this is And head coach for the Woodward Boomers are head coach Jeff Williamson, assistant coach Randy Younger, assistant coach Todd Whittemore, and assistant coach Jonathan Roper. It's the tip-off now. It's going to be Jesus Cano. And Caden Powell. Caden Corneli now. Pushing the ball up top. Last time these two teams met, 79-63 final score. The Boomers won it. First turnover of the game goes to Clinton now. The second turnover goes to Woodward. Rylan Cope pushing the ball up the court. Passing it to Caden Corneli. Top of the key for three. Can't get it to go. Tipped away by Jesus Cano. Puts it up for two. Bang! He gets it!
Already starting off strong for the Boomers.
Oh, yeah, this Boomer team already getting fired up. When you go into the boys' game, it's much more exciting because there's much more physical contact, and it's just going to be an overall good game here. Crumley for three, top of the key. Can't get it to go already. Now here comes Max Cheap. Zach Chavez, he's going to shoot up for two. Gets it to go, and he gets it. 4-0. The Boomers go on a roll now, trying to press it up. Here's Caden Powell. Jesus Cano gets it to Crumley. Crumley now. Oh, blocks it. It's Cheap. Here comes Rylan Cope to Zach Chavez. Corner three. Bang! He gets it. Oh, my goodness. And the Boomers on a 7-0 run.
These are the kind of plays I love to see.
And that is the type of things that we like to see, like she just said. Oh, mama. We're going to take a quick sponsor shout out to all of our sponsors. Brought to you by the one and only Camille Frederick.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. Boomer Soccer Fish Fry, March 22nd in the Woodward Commons, $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Sherky. Thank you to all our sponsors.
Yes, thank you, as you just said, to all of our sponsors. Boomers already getting it heated up. It's 7-0, 6:50. Only a minute and 10 seconds has elapsed, and it's already 7-0. Tough defense already. Try not to foul. Last time these two teams played, they did not call a bunch of fouls. They're letting these boys play. He gets hacked down low for two shots. It's going to go on number 24, Rylan Cope. First one up and good for Crumley. Second one up and good for Crumley as well. Here comes Caden Corneli back to Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope, Zach Chavez. Zach Chavez, Rylan Cope to Caden Corneli. This is a fun game to commentate right here. Rylan Cope, NBA three. Bang! He gets it to go! Oh, mama! Here comes Caden Corneli back to Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope, Zach Chavez. Zach Chavez, Rylan Cope to Caden Corneli. This is a fun game to commentate right here. Rylan Cope, NBA three. Bang! He gets it to go! Oh, mama! Now back to Max Cheap. Max Cheap now, Rylan Cope. He's going to have to get it to Cano. Cano gets it. Bang! It's good for two. It's a 10-point game, 12-2, and these boys are playing physical already. Crumley fakes it for three, gets it to Powell. Powell now driving inside, loses it. It's going back to the Boomers, and this Boomer team is already fired up. What can we say that the Boomers have not done well tonight?
There isn't much they haven't done well. The Boomers did not come to mess around. They came to play tonight.
Indeed, you know, Coach Williamson, he put in a good game plan, and they're executing very well right now. Caden Corneli now motioning a man. He's waiting for Max Cheap now. Coach Williamson calling something. Caden Cornelius going to get up to Cheap. Cheap, top of the key for three. Bang! He gets it! They're 4 for 4 for three-pointers tonight. Oh, mama. Crumley now trying to get something. He forces it in to Nate for three. No good. Jesus Cano takes the rebound. He gets it up to Chavez. Chavez has room to run. Euro step for two. Gets it. Oh, mama. 17-2. And this Boomer team is ecstatic. They lead by 15. Oh. It's a heated game already. At this time, we would like to thank our sponsors. Brought to you by Camille Frederick.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. Boomer Soccer Fish Fry, March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons, $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Sherman. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Yes, thank you to all of our sponsors. As always, thank you, Camille, for bringing it to us. Coach Williamson saw me in the hallway today, and he said, we're going to win, but we're going to win by 20. And right now, he is proving that point. Here comes Latrell Bryson. Bryson now taking the ball up, middle of the court, already exhausted. He looks like Caden Cornelius hard on the defense. Now here comes Nate. Caden Powell now pushing it into Bryson. Bryson loses it. It's going to be a jump ball. Yes, it's going to go back to Clinton. But when you're up 15, jump balls really doesn't matter in these type of situations. They're going to bring it into Crumley. Crumley now gets it to Powell. Powell looking for something, almost stolen away by Chavez. Gets it back to Crumley. Powell for two, up and good. Here's Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope to Caden Cornelius. Caden Cornelius is going to take the ball up the court. Last time these two teams played, Caden Cornelius dropped 17 points in the second quarter alone out of its 19 altogether. And they already have 17 points in the first quarter, still with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Caden Cornelius now setting up the offense, going to get someone in motion. That's Rylan Cope to Caden Cornelius. Caden Cornelius back over. He's going to find someone open. That's going to be Zach Chavez. Zach Chavez back to Cornelius. Cornelius loses it, gets it back. No, Latrell Bryce is going to try to go dunk it. He just lays it in there. 17-6 now. Boomers still have a little bit of room to deal with. Tipped off from Caden Powell, and it goes out of bounds. Back to the Boomers. We got someone to tie their shoe. Clinton trying to make a comeback here, but the Boomers are staying tough on offense. Caden Cornelius, ball in hand. Now to Zach Chavez. Caden Cornelius, top of the key. Now to Max Cheap. Rylan Cope, corner three again. Can't get it to go, but Caden Cornelius on the save. It's going to be a travel. Here comes in Smith. He's coming in for Crumley. He did not get very much playing time last time out. This is a heated game the entire time. Oh, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Latrell Bryson. He pushes Caden Cornelius right in the chest, and it's hard to get him fouled up, but once you get him fouled, he just keeps on fouling, so hopefully they can get him out of the game early because he is one to sprint with the ball. Here's Max Cheap. Max Cheap now. Caden Cornelius. Top of the key for three. Oh, rims out. Crumley gets the rebound. Gets it to Nate. Nate's going to lay it in for two, up and good. Now it's going to be 8-17. Coach Williamson said, let's go. Now here's Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope bringing the ball up the court to Max Cheap. Max Cheap now to Caden Cornelius. Caden Cornelius to Zach Chavez. Zach Chavez to Cano. Cano, that's a charge. So a charge there by Jesus Cano, picks up his first foul. Pushes it up, and he travels with it. A very intense game here, 17-8. Boomers still have a little bit of room to work with a good lead, but try not to take that all up. Zach Chavez at the corner. Now Rylan Cope, he's deep, passing it to Cheap. Now Cheap to Corneli. Corneli now to Cheap. Cheap, corner three, rims out. Can't get it. Jesus Cano's trying to get some defense started now to Artrell Bryson. Bryson now, he's taking the ball up the court, guarded by Chavez. Chavez is going to throw it to Smith, to Powell. Powell, he's going to get 2 shots. That's Caden Corneli's first foul. Team's third. Caden Powell misses his first one, and he is not one to miss.
Sam Cheap and Kenyon Lanham coming into play.
Oh, as we saw this last time against this team, Sam Cheap came in the ball game and played an impressive roughly about 16 minutes, which was 2 full quarters on and off, and he has just been an outstanding player these last couple games. And it's really good to see that Cheap and Cheap combination well with football and basketball. But Caden Corneli, top of the key for 2, steps in. Brought to you by the twin brothers trying to fight over the ball there. And they're going to get it to Bryson. Bryson now to Smith. Loses it. And they brought in the big man, Kenyon Lanham, to guard Caden Powell. And last time he was taking charge after charge against that junior OU commit, number 3, Caden Powell. Sam Cheap, the sophomore, finally seeing him play a little bit at a time since the Clinton game, and he has been very impressive. Caden Corneli, top of the key for 3. Now he's going to shoot over to Sam Cheap. Rylan Cope, Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap now driving inside to Cope. Cope's going to have to drive over to Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap, 3. Got it! Oh, mama! 20-19. And it's an 11-point lead here for the Boomers. Already taking that the Tornadoes early. Caden Powell at the top of the key. Drives in against Kenyon Lanham. Kenyon Lanham, the big man, doesn't let him have it. Gets it to Cope. Cope to Max Cheap. He's going to lay it in. Up and good. 22-9. The Boomers are really starting this offensive game early. Now he's going to get it into Smith. Not something Smith is good for shooting, but he's good for rebounding. Caden Powell now, he's going to have to go. It's stolen away by Max Cheap. Max Cheap off to the races against Crumley, and he's going to get fouled. Foul on the Reds, number 12. That's his first, team's second. Brian Pizarro coming in for Rylan Cope. 22-9 in the first quarter already. 49.6 seconds to go. Kenyon Lanham, the big man, running down. Max Cheap got to find someone open. Gets it to his brother, Sam Cheap. Cheap and Cheap combination. And I'm loving it right now.
I think we're all loving the Cheap and Cheap combination.
There's not always a time where you get to see brothers that are seniors and a sophomore getting playing a lot, but when they do it, it sure does work out. Now here's Sam Cheap, the younger brother, gets it to Brian Pizarro. Brian to Cheap. Cheap now to Caden Corneli. Caden Corneli now back to Sam. Sam Cheap about midcourt. Now he's starting to get the count. Gets it to Corneli. Corneli to Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap now looking at his brother Max. He's going to force it to Corneli for 3. No. He's going to push it up the top. It's going to go off the back, and it's going to go off the hands of Artrell Bryson and go back to the Boomers. 6.6 seconds left to go, and the Boomers are going to try to get a buzzer beater here if they can. Caden Corneli. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forces it, and he gets a foul. And he's going to shoot at the line for 3. And Coach Chad Hughes not liking it. Coach Williamson gives Sam Cheap a pat on the head, or Max Cheap a pat on the head, and who is probably telling him, good job, your brother did an outstanding play. Now Sam Cheap having a word with the ref as he gets a smile out of it, and he's going to go to the line for 3. Sam Cheap, the sophomore, trying to pick up his 4th point of the night, rims out. Sam Cheap at the line, shoots, up and good. He picks up his 4th point of the night. Now if he gets this one, he'll have his own number, which is 5. Up and good. Extends the lead, 24-9.
What a great way to start off the first quarter.
Sam Cheap now has his own number with 5 points.
The Boomers really did a terrific job starting off this game in the first quarter.
There's not always a time where you get to see at the buzzer and get a foul and convert 2 of the 3 points. And with this lead right now, the Boomers still have some leeway if they get scored on a couple times. But overall, Jeff Williamson is really putting the pedal to the metal.
Boomer TV would like to thank our Boomer TV District Regional Playoff sponsors. Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. Boomer Soccer Fish Fry, March 22nd, Woodward High School Commons. $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Yes, thank you to all of our sponsors. Boomers coming out with an impressive 24-9 lead. Holding Clinton to under double digits in 1 quarter is pretty impressive. But can they start doing it again? Ooh, it's going to be a foul on number 4, Nate Jones. That's going to be his 2nd foul. Rylan Cope now to Cheap, Cheap to Chavez, Chavez to Cope, Cope now guarded double teamed to Sam Cheap now to Cope, Cope to Lanham, Lanham to Chavez, no that's Pizarro, Pizarro now to Chavez. Now Chavez is gonna have to get it in. Brian Pizarro gets swatted, guarded now on Caden Powell. Sam Cheap's out there, but Max Cheap is. Kenyon Lanham just gets hit in the shoulder and falls down. Big Red comes in. That's Jake Mead, number 44. Sam Cheap is the only Cheap in the ballgame at the moment. Caden Powell guarded by Big Red. Now Trell Bryson's guarded by Chavez. And Jones is guarded by Cope. So Bryson now against Chavez. Crumley guarded by Cope. Can't get the 3 to fall. Haven't got one to fall all night. It's all been in the paint or 3 throws. Gets it stolen away by Cope. Cope has a man down low. That's Chavez. Cope's going to take it himself. And gets the blocking foul. He's going to shoot 2. That's going to be Crumley's first foul of the ball game. There's Jackson Crumley and there's Harrison Crumley. 22 and 12 twin brothers, cannot tell them apart. Cope at the line. Shoots his first one, good. 25-9. Cope shoots, Isaac gets it. 26-9. 3 points away from a 20-point lead. It's a 17-point lead here for the Boomers. Have room to work with. Guarding really tightly now. Don't want to give up any points even though you have a 17-point lead. That's pretty smart, but don't cause any foul trouble. Crumley now at the top of the key against Cheap. Can't get it, airballs it. Taken by Chavez. Chavez runs the court with Big Red. Now gets it stolen by Bryson. Bryson, he's going to take it up himself. Get it to Crumley. Crumley for two. Can't get it to go. Taken by Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope gets out of a double team to Pizarro. Pizarro, he shoots it to Chavez to Cope. Pizarro for two. Up, no good. Taken by Caden Powell. Caden Powell now, he's going to set the offense. The big man. Jones into Pizarro, or into Powell, and Powell scores for two, 11-26 now. Jones now steals it back. Now he's going to wait for his team. Now he's going to drive in and taking a charge. That's Nate Jones' third foul of the game. Sam Cheap comes out and they replace him with the bigger brother, Max Cheap. Max Cheap now trying to put the pressure on Caden Powell. So they're going to give it over to Chavez. Chavez now back over to Caden Cornelia. Caden Cornelia to Chavez. Chavez now to Cheap. Cheap gets it stolen away by number 24. Harrison Crumley loses the ball. Now has to get it back out to Powell. Powell to Jones. No, blocked away by Cheap, but still puts it up for two somehow. Now here's Caden Cornelia to Cope. Cope put it for two, blocked. No, calling a foul on the floor. Number 3 possibly. No, number 22. 24. Misses his first one, so Rylan Cope's going to take a step back, give Max Cheap a high five or two. Number 24 is Javion Hill. Crumley into Crumley. Now Crumley with the ball. Twin brothers sharing the ball now. Put it up for two. Big Red tries some defense, doesn't work. 15-27. Now it's a 12-point game. Boomers got to get something rolling here to keep this an extend lead. Now here's Caden Cornelia looking for something down low is Max Cheap. Max Cheap jumper for two, gets it to go. 29-15, 4:26 to go in the second quarter. That's right, 29 points already. Caden Powell throws it out of bounds. It's going the other way to the Boomers. Now here's Rylan Cope back into Caden Cornelia. 4:14 to play in the second quarter, right before the half. Caden Cornelia now. Rylan Cope drives center line, steps on, they're going the other way. Number 22, Jackson Crumley gets it into Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones gets it swatted away. Number 24 is Nate Jones, and number 4 is Nathan Jones. So very similar names there. Stolen away by Harrison Crumley. Now Archell Bryson puts it up for two. Now it's back to a 12-point lead here for the Boomers. Rylan Cope to Caden Corneli. Caden Corneli guarded by Harrison Crumley. Harrison Crumley now. Hey, here comes Caden Corneli, top of the key. Back by half court. Max Cheap looking for Chavez. Chavez finds it for two. Can't get it. Jesus Cano puts it up and good. 31-17. And the Boomers are just scoring after someone else's scores and it working out for them. Utro Bryson puts it up for two. No good. Jesus Cano trying to get the brick, and it's going the other way. Head off the hands of Nathan Jones. Here's Rylan Cope into Caden Corneli. Caden Corneli, now he's going to slow it up. There's only 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the first half. Boomers up by quite a bit. Zach Chavez shoots for two, can't get it to go. Caden Corneli on the putback, can't get it. Caden Corneli tries to get it back, but can't. Nathan Jones gets the rebound. Caden Corneli now guarding. Here's Cheap. Cheap going to try to get the ball now. Now here's defense. Here's Caden Powell, the OU commit. Caden Powell only has 5 points. Jesus Cano, the big man, trying to get it. And throws it out of bounds. No, saves it. Caden Corneli. No, Jesus Cano, who has the ball. The Boomers do. Jesus Cano falls down, gets it to Caden Corneli. Chavez for three. Bang! It's good. Oh, mama. 34-17. Boomers have a 17-point lead. Now make that a 15-point lead as Clinton scores. Cope not going to get it in. Corneli, he'll set the offense. A minute 50 to go. This Boomer team shot lights out in the first quarter. And now it's just paying off because they have room to work with. With a 15-point lead, you can do anything. And with Caden Corneli on your team, it just gets better. He drops a dime for two. Zach Chavez behind the back. He'll put it up for two. Spin move. And can't get it, but it's a charge. Harrison Crumley takes his first charge, and that's Zach Chavez's first foul of the game. Boomers playing it smart. Harrison Crumley now is going to take it up to the top of the key, get it to Caden Powell, fighting over words between Zach Chavez and Nathan Jones, but at this point, I think Zach Chavez just pointed to the scoreboard. Here's Max Cheap. Max Cheap now to Caden Corneli. Corneli top of the key. Back to Cheap. Cheap now. Jesus Cano. Cano. Now he'll drive into Caden Corneli. Top of the key. Whoa, that's an NBA three if he would have shot that. Cano trying to put it up for two. Jump ball is going to the Tornadoes. 54.6 seconds left to go. And if Clinton wants to come back in this one, they're going to have to come out firing cannons in the second half. Stolen away by Max Sheep. That's what we like to see. Now chipped. That's number 24, Nathan Jones. That's his second foul. I think that was a purpose foul. Jesus Cano checks out. Big Red checks in. With a 36-19 lead, Boomers have a lot of leeway. Shooting two, I think. It's a 1-and-1. Max Sheep gets the first one. They're in the 1-and-1 bonus right now. Max Sheep now going to shoot his second. Eyes it, shoots it, good. 38-19, it's a 19-point lead here for the Boomers. Got it in double digits in the first quarter and kept it from there. Clinton's only got it down to a 12-point lead, and after that, the Boomers just keep on fighting back. Jackson Crumley into Harrison Crumley. Twin brothers, can't tell them apart. Here comes Latrell Bryson. Latrell Bryson now going to get guarded by Caden Corneli. Bryson brings up the offense. 33 seconds left to go in the ball game. He's going to shoot for two. It's a walk, no good. Off the back iron. Here's Caden Corneli. He's running with it to get it into Brian Pizarro. Brian Pizarro, now he's going to have to find Corneli. Corneli, top of the key. He's going to find Sam Cheap or Brian Pizarro. They call a head tap, they say. Brian Pizarro somehow finds it, shoots it. No good. Rebound by Harrison Crumley. Get it to Caden Powell. It's no good if he shoots it. No good. That's the end of the first half. The Boomers soundingly 19-point lead going into the locker room. Coach Williamson couldn't be more happy. We're going to take a quick break and be back to you in the third quarter. This is Boomer Basketball on Boomer TV. I'm Dakota Wagner.
I'm Camille Frederick.
And you're listening to Boomer TV. Tune in about 10 minutes and the third quarter gets underway. The boys basketball game. Until then, I'm Dakota Wagner. That's Camille. Hi, and welcome back to Boomer TV on boomertv.net, or if you're even tuning in to the YouTube page and watching it live from Boomer Fieldhouse. Yes, it's game 2 of the night in district championship against Clinton and against Woodward. And if the Boomers win tonight or lose tonight, they will move on to Weatherford to play in the late game. Tomorrow, the girls are going to play Weatherford at 1 o'clock. It's still being determined who they will play. And then the boys will play 8 o'clock at Weatherford. Right now it's a 19-point lead, 38-19. The Boomers have just been crushing the Clinton Tornadoes on and off the court. Camille, what do they say in the locker room to get the Clinton boys back on, and what do the boys from Woodward have to do to match up with them?
I don't think there's much Coach William has to say to them. They already know what they're doing. They're playing great. They have what it takes to win. I'm looking forward to see how these next 2 quarters play out for them.
As long as they match someone up the size against Caden Powell and they keep the same energy level that they did, this is going to turn out to be a great ball game for the boys.
Yes,
now,
indeed.
Here we go into Caden Corneli from Max Cheap, and Caden Corneli's now going to set the offense. Caden Corneli now looking for something. He's going to find Cope. Cope now back to Chavez. Chavez to Cano. Cano back to Chavez. Chavez, Corneli. Corneli now is going to set the offense to Cheap. Cheap now to Corneli for 3. Rims out. Cano takes it. He's going to get it to Crumley, his brother. He's going to drive in for 2. Up and good. 21-38 now. Caden Corneli now to Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope now. He's going to have to find somewhere to put it. Rylan Cope to Jesus Cano. Cano for 2. Up and no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up again. Nick can't get it. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go back to Clinton. Hubba. Crumley now, he's going to have to find someone to give it to. Now he's going to have to find Jones. Rice into Crumley. Crumley fakes for 3, driving in for 2, pops it, locks it, gets it. 23-38. Caden Corneli now gets the ball. Now he's going to really have to drive up the court, find something, get scoring. Max Sheep, corner 3, no good. Caden Powell comes down with it. Rylan Cope. Block. That should have been a charge, but doesn't take it. Instead, they're going to call a block. Coach Williamson is going to call a timeout. That's Rylan Cope's 2nd personal foul. This time, we're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors at this time. Brought to you by the one and only Camille Frederick. Take it away.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. Boomer Soccer Fish Fry, March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons, $10 a plate. See any Woodward High School soccer boy or girl to purchase tickets. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirkey. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Thank you, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to you with all the live action. This is Boomer Basketball on Boomer TV. Hi, and welcome back to Boomer TV. Dakota Wagner alongside Camille Frederick and bringing you all live action. Caden Powell at the line for 2. First one up, no good. Aims it just a little bit low. And for being an OU baseball commit, he is not the type of athlete you would seem, because he is not having his shots fall tonight. Zach Chavez loses the ball, and it's going to go back over the Tornadoes. Can't have too many mistakes because mistakes leads up to more mistakes, and that just does not work out. Here's Crumley. Crumley at the top of the key to his brother Harrison for three, and he finally gets one to go. Sheep to Chavez. Chavez now running up the court for two. Shoots it, can't get it to go. And now here comes Caden Powell. Caden Powell to Crumley. Crumley for two, and he gets it. 38-26, that's a 12-point game. And like I said earlier, a 12-point game, the Boomers start to come back. Chavez, corner three, no good. Caden Corneli gets the rebound this time. Rylan Cope now putting it up. Jesus Cano shoots a long one, can't get it. Off the hands of Artrell Bryson, it's going to go back to the Boomers. Rylan Cope now gets it to Caden Corneli. Caden Corneli to Zach Chavez. Chavez now gets it stolen away, and it's going off the hands of Artrell Bryson. 38-28. It's a 10-point game here. And it's going off the hands of Caden Powell. Coach Williamson not liking what he is seeing. Technical foul on Caden Powell. After the foul was committed on Zach Chavez, he said something to Zach Chavez, and Chavez did not like it. So Max Cheap is going to shoot the three throws. Last time, the last technical foul called when the Boomers played was against this team, Clinton, and it was against head coach Chad Hughes, who was just fired up. 39-28, 11-point lead. Boomers trying to make it a 12. Can't get it to go, but the Boomers will regain possession. They're taking Caden Powell out now. Coach has had enough of him. Rylan Cope now gets the ball, guarded by Twins. Number 12, that's Crumley's second personal. Caden Corneli now top of the key, 39-28, 11-point lead here for the Boomers. Zach Chavez now to Rylan Cope, who has to save it. Now Rylan Cope going to drive the center line. Gets it, Jesus Cano pushed all over. No call. Boomers got to go play defense now. Harrison Crumley going to drive it up the side. Now to Jackson. Jackson now. Who gets it over to Smith. Smith thinks about a three. No. Crumley for three. He gets it, and the Boomers are now going to really have to step it up, as now it's an 8-point game. Caden Corneli shoots for two. Up and no good, and a foul. Shoots for two. Caden Corneli shoots his first one up and good. 40 to 31. Boomers have A 9-point lead. No shot. Foot was on the line violation. Artrell Bryson taking it up now to Smith. Smith now tries to get a bucket. Can't get it. Taken by Crumley. Crumley can't tell the twins apart. Trapped. Gets it over to Crumley's brother. Drives for two. Gets it over to his other brother. Shoots another three. No good. Chavez takes it. Gets it over to Nate. Caden Powell coming now back out for Smith. Nate Jones now. Zach Chavez now with 3 fouls in the game. Boomers got to get stuff hyped up now. Got to get something rolling. Sam Cheap now comes back. Hey, Caden Powell scores. 7-point game. Charge! Caden Powell now takes his second foul. Rylan Cope to Cheap. Corneli now to Cheap. Cheap now to himself for two. Jesus Kino putting it up. Can't get it. Gets it to Artrell Bryson, who takes a blocking foul and one. Count the basket. Boomer basketball. Boomer boys basketball team is really just struggling right here. Go ahead, Camille.
Clinton is coming back to play in these last couple of quarters. The Boomer boys are struggling.
A lot of confusion, and the head coach not liking it. Bunch of confusion on the court. Ref had enough. Now he's taking it to the scores table, and they're going to talk some things over.
The Clinton coach is not looking too happy right now.
It's just very crazy what's going on. No one understands what's going on. And as long as the Boomers can get the ball back, then they can Now it's going to be Clinton Tornado's ball. Travel going the other way. Sam Cheap now taking it up the court against Crumley. Crumley, no. Sam Cheap with a good move. Now gets it out to Caden Corneli. Caden Corneli guarded by Trell Bryson, gets it up to Max Cheap. Max Cheap, Caden Corneli now driving in, gets it stolen away. Sam Cheap fighting for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball, but it's going to stay here with the Boomers. (40-33). It's a 7-point game. Max Sheep got to get it out. Who's he going to find? Boomers coming off a 12-game winning streak. (37-40), 3-point game. That's as close as it's gotten since the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break and get back to all the live action. Boomer basketball on BoomerTV.net. Go ahead.
At this time, Boomer TV would like to thank our Boomer TV District Regional Playoff sponsors, Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. Boomer Soccer Fish Fry, March 22nd, Woodward High School Commons, $10 a plate. Ranger Construction in Woodward, Lonnie and JP Shirky. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Now Sam Cheap. Now he's going to have to throw it into Caden Corneli. Caden Corneli. He's going to have to push the ball up the court. Gets across the timeline. Gets it to Rylan Cope. To Jesus Cano, wide open. Back to Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope sets the offense with Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap, Caden Corneli. Caden Corneli now. Cheap and Cheap combination out there. Max Cheap pull up jumper for three. Can't get it to go. Ball's on the floor. Artrell Bryson gets it. Puts it up, no good. Jesus Cano takes it to Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap now drives. He's going to have to get it to Cheap. Max Cheap, his brother, for two. Rims out. Can't get it. Throws it up to Crumley. He tries it for a two. He gets it. Now it's a 1-point game, 39-40. Tornadoes just started back up, and now they're trying to get underway. But as long as we can score here and keep it from going from there, we'll take down this Tornado pretty easily. Rylan Cope, back to Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap drives inside, kicks it back out. Got to get rid of it. Gets it to Sam Cheap on the floor against number 24. His third, team's fifth. Harrison Crumley's got to get it to Caden Powell. Trell Bryson blocks it. And a foul called. Number 1, his third, team's 6th. Artrell Bryson looks winded. Shoots the first one, up and good. Ties the game at 40 all. The last time that happened when the score was 0-2. For the lead, gets it. Max Sheep now has to get it underway. Max Sheep now, he's gonna press the court up. Gonna shoot for 2, blocked. But it's on the floor out on Harrison Crumley. Crumley brothers still in. Quick score update, Caden Corneli, 3 fouls, 3 points. Sam Cheap has 5. Brian Pizarro has 0 but a foul. Max Sheep has 10 points, and Jesus Keno has 6. Charge. And Caden Powell's gonna take it. Rylan Cope has 4 personal fouls now in the game. Now here comes Nate Jones. Harrison Crumley, Cartrell Bryson on the floor. Foul against Caden Corneli. That's his 4th. Artrell Bryson's going to go to the line. Eyes it, shoots it, gets it. Now has a 2-point lead, 42-40 over the Boomers. This is incredible right now how the comeback that the Tornadoes have started. Jesus Cano comes out, puts Big Red in. Jake Mead. Eyes it, shoots it, good. Rylan Cope now, he's going to push the ball up really fast, trying to get a point here. Can he get it? Boomers haven't scored in a while. Gets his own rebound, no, that's Harrison Crumley. He's going to push it out to Artrell Bryson. Caden Corneli cannot foul her, he's out of the ball game. Oh, wow, Jake Mead throws it out of bounds. Get it out of here. Oh, mama. (43-40). Clinton leads, 38 seconds to go. Boomers got to find a way to score. 12-second. Number 12, Harrison Crumley with 27 seconds has the ball. Bryson taking a break, holding the ball in his hands, 20 seconds. It's a 3-point game. Caden Corneli now contesting with it. 15 seconds, 14, 13. He'll bring it up the court, swatted away again by Jake Mead. Big Red, he's 2 for 2 on blocking now. Get it out of here, 9.4 seconds to go. He just got swatted.
Now that was a great play.
Oh yeah, incredible. Rylan Cope gets it to Sam Cheap, 6'5", 4. Gets it to Jake Mead for 2. Can't get it to go down, 1 second, and that's the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break and get back to you. Boomer basketball on Boomer TV, on boomertv.net. Now underway, Harrison Crumley gets the ball to Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones now gets it to Caden Powell. Caden Powell looking and scores, and now the Tornadoes are on a hot, hot run. Rylan Cope gets it to Corneli. Corneli down by 5. Gets it to Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap gets it to Caden Corneli, back to Cheap. Cheap gets it to Corneli. Corneli to Cheap, top of the key for 3, up and can't get it to go, but there's Big Red trying to shoot for 2, and he gets it! Oh, mama! And that's just what the Boomers needed, is to score. Count the basket, 42-45. Now it's a 3-point game. Big Red going to the line for an and 1. Eyes it, shoots it, can't get it. Who's got the rebound? It's Big Red. No, it's Crumley. Stolen by Max Cheap, intercepted just like in football. Sam Cheap now drives the baseline for 2. Can't get it to go. Caden Powell on the rebound. And Boomers are getting a spark. Now Harrison Crumley gets the ball back up the court. Boomers down by 3. Artrell Bryson gets it into Nathan Jones. Ball fake over to Crumley. Tipped by Jones. And there's the Boomer spark that they need. Here's Sam Cheap to Big Red. Fakes a flop. And guess what? The Boomers score again. Now it's a 1-point lead. Now we got to get it heated back up. Go ahead, Camille.
Jake Mead is on a roll tonight.
Yes, indeed. The Boomers are just some way finding a way to get it done now. Finds a way to score is Caden Powell. He has 15. Commit to OU. Here's Max Cheap, the ball, slowing it down. 3-point lead for the Tornadoes. Max Cheap now. Gets it to Sam Cheap. It's going off the hands. Caden Corneli now. Got to get something started. Gets it to Big Red. Big Red for 3. Can't get it. Nate Jones gets it to go down, and Harrison Crumley now putting the ball up. Swatted by Big Red, and they're going to call a foul. First one up and no good for the Tornadoes. Zach Chavez comes back in the game with 3 fouls, but he has 10 points. Big contributor here tonight. Misses the second one. Big Red gets the rebound. Now Chavez will take the ball up the court, trying to get something started here. Ooh, crossover. Gets it over to Corneli. Corneli calls thumbs up. Corneli now to Cope. Cope now looking for Corneli. Top of the key for 3. Bang! He gets it to go! Oh, mama! 47 all. The Boomers now tie the ball game, and it's what they needed to get a spark going, and oh, mama, it's getting heated. Stolen away, no. Almost by Caden Powell. Coach Chad Hughes is not liking what he's seeing. Crumley now, putting it over to Bryson. Bryson, he's guarded by Caden Corneli, but what a step back by Corneli to tie the ball game. Now Crumley to Jones. Jones to Bryson for a deep 3. No, can't get it. Crumley puts it back up and good. It's a 2-point lead. And they're taking a full timeout. Is going to be Chad Hughes for the Clinton Tornadoes on the boys' side. At this time, we would like to thank our sponsors.
Dr. Leslie TV Ball, DDS, 1722 Main Street in Woodward. Boomer Soccer Fish Fry, March 22nd in the Woodward High School Commons, $10.
Caden Corneli. Now he has the ball. He's going to have to get it across the court. Crosses the timeline. Now gets it over to Rylan Cope. Rylan Cope now back over to Caden Corneli. Dribbles in. Jake Mead, corner 3. No, fakes it. He's going to drive in for 2. Up and no good. Rims out. The Boomers can't catch a break. Now here comes Crumley, the twin brothers. Identical. Back and forth, swinging the ball around. They've been electric for the past couple of minutes. Especially the last quarter. Clinton trying to find something. Gets it to Bryson. 3:30 left to go. Boomers got to get something going now. They got to extend that lead. They got to get the lead and extend it if they want to come out ahead in this ball game. Caden Corneli, after a scored tip basket in from Harrison Crumley, is going to take it up the court. He's got to slow the offense down, set them, and get them back on their feet and get them electric. Here's Zach Chavez. Zach Chavez thought about a 3, didn't take it. Caden Corneli now. Chavez, deep 3 on the way. Can't get it to go. And it's going to be thought about a jump ball, but no. That's Rylan Cope's 5th foul. That's his 5th straight game to foul out. But every time he's fouled out, the Boomers have found a way to come back and win it. Scores at 52-47. Isaac shoots it, makes it. Caden Corneli gets the ball, drives it up the court. Gets the and-one call. Jesus Cano. He's going to the line for the and-one. Number 3, his 4th personal foul. Team at number 7. And he gets the and-one. Gets it to Caden Powell. Caden Powell to Archell Bryson. Harrison Crumley scores. Max Sheep now getting the ball down the court. Gotta find something. Boomers down by 5. We saw this earlier against the girls game. Sam Sheep for 3. Rims out. Finds a way. Archell Bryson flops and scores. It's a 7-point lead for the Clinton Tornadoes now. Corneli top of the key for 3, no good. Now they're gonna have to foul.
One minute left in the boys' game, and the boys just need to get back the ball and start shooting.
That's Caden Corneli's 5th personal. He's done. .5 seconds left to go. Gets it to go, 9-point lead. For the Clinton Tornadoes. And it's a 10-point lead here for the Tornadoes, and they're going to go home victorious tonight. But Max Sheep is going to get him the last effort go. Shoots it up for 2, no good. Jesus Cano on the putback up and good. 33 seconds left to go. Harrison Crumley throws it all the way down. 27.3 seconds. Zach Chavez fouls. That's his 4th personal with 10 points. Shoots first one up, no good. Shoots the second one up, good. 61-52, a 9-point game. Boomers got to shoot 3 threes to tie this ball game up somehow. Shoots it up for 2 up and good, 54-61. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0.5. Being unselfish with it and steals it from us and tries to get the end one, but gets a charge. Unsportsmanlike, the ref said. And Max Cheap is gonna take it home and shoot a half-court shot. And Clinton Tornadoes are gonna go home with the title tonight. Boomers will play at Weatherford on Thursday in the early match, and you'll catch all the live action on Boomer TV there. All right, the girls play in Weatherford on Thursday at 1 o'clock with the loss, and the boys will follow also with the loss at 3 o'clock. You'll catch all the live action on Boomer TV, on boomertv.net. I'm Dakota Wagner.
I'm Camille Frederick.
And this is Boomer TV. Catch all the live action Thursday, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Until then, tune in to Boomer TV on boomertv.net.